What's up, man? It's the Midnight Sun. So it's one of these shows on YouTube I always watch called I think it's called Kings and Generals. It's like pretty much they do they're not battle simulations. These are battles. These are historical battles. These are actually historical battles, and they have actually went back and pretty much looking at a play by play of the battles. I mean, yeah, I study war. I do not as much as I used to. I used to study war a long time. I'm actually ex-military, but Navy. Look at the blue. But I wasn't a foot so. But I do study battle tactics. I do look at it's like, oh yeah, he messed up on that one. One of the worst ones I looked at were when the Romans were in Britain. Britannica, and they was fighting Boudica. You know, Queen Boudica. A lot of y'all don't know about Boudica. But they actually named a cologne house after her, perfume house, Buddha say the Victorious, in London. Yeah, they make great stuff, you know. But one of the last battle she had before she, went, I think she committed suicide. Because she ran. They didn't actually. She didn't want to be captured by the Roman because they're gonna kill her anyway. So she's kind of more like me, where it's like, I ain't gonna let you kill me. Hell, I kill myself. Like I always watch them alien movies when the dude is sitting there, I'm not get eaten alive by no damn xenomorph. Fuck, I just off myself. So, um, yeah, it's noble. But with the last battle, so the Romans were situated by these forests. They were by these forests, and the it was like a choke point. You had to get to the army. You had to get so you had to. It's like about they. So if you got like 50,000 men, you have to like shrink them down and go through this choke point. You don't do that. So and no disrespect to women, generals, but that was led by emotion. You shouldn't. I mean, you should never went in that choke point. Make a long story short, they went to the choke point, and the Roman legions was pretty much having like a butcher fest with the forces. They killed probably like 60% of them. Until before they retreated. It was a butcher fest. You don't ever shrink your army and go to a damn choke point. It's gonna be like a little like a grinder. You don't do that. You know what I'm saying? You always stay to your strength. If you're on the high ground, shit, we on the high ground. We just ain't gonna attack. We just ain't gonna attack. I'm gonna sit my army right on this hill, and we'll sit there and look and drink tea all day. But I am not finna give up my strength, what is my numbers, and I'm on the high ground. No, you want me? Come on out here, bitch. But I'm not coming down there. Is what it is. We just won't fight today. Yeah, I'm one of them type of generals. I will not sacrifice my soldiers for glory. We ain't doing that. We don't. I don't fight battles I don't think I can win. What's the point? What's for the glory? Nah, we don't do that. We don't charge. We don't charge hills and charge cannons and all that shit. No, we gonna stick because we stick to our advantage. This is where we're strongest. We're gonna stick here. They want to fight us. They're gonna come out here. So all right. So what I'm saying is, and I'm saying all this, man, it's like, don't fight every battle. Don't have to fight every battle. Don't fight petty battles. Throughout history, wars have been lost because armies would engage in battles they shouldn't have. Okay, they like you may won a battle, but it may have cost you the war. You know, or vice versa. Like I said, you may win the battle. I mean, you may have lost this battle, but you may win the war. So it's like it's the way you want to look at it, but you have to understand, like, but not every battle is worth fighting. Not every battle. Sometimes but you got to use your own mental, your own common sense. Say, man, is it really worth us going and fighting for this little village over here. It's like, one of the famous movies. When I say, like, I always say don't forget to count the cost. I mean, a Hamburger Hill. Hamburger Hill was a Vietnam movie, great movie, but it was based on a true story. It was a Hamburger Hill or Pork Chop Hill. One of them. I think it was Hamburger Hill. Hamburger Hill, and I guess it was for the mentality, like it was like a meat grind. It was like hamburger, and it was a hill that the North Vietnamese held, and I guess the army wanted that hill as the put like the they want to turn it like a fire base, stuff like that. All right. Make a long story short, if people don't understand is that movie, that Hamburger Hill movie was actually based on, like, it's a true story, but that incident actually led to a lot of fragging. Okay, fragging is like when a lot of soldiers start killing their commanding officers for, like, putting them in harm's way. Like, man, we ain't doing that shit. We just gonna kill this motherfucker. Yeah, fragging. That started, like, the Vietnam War, but that battle, or multiple, it's like that battle lasted like a week. It was like multiple, charges up that hill, and eventually it cost numerous American soldiers' lives. But the slap in the face after they got the hill, they didn't keep the hill. They's like, we don't want it no more. You see? So, like, I done say I'm in the army and I'm like, we done went up here and got this hill. I done saw my best friend get his head blown off, for this hill. We finally got the hill. Then they said, we don't want it no more. Man, you know what that would do to you as a soldier? And then would do, like, shit. Yeah, you would lose a lot of respect for the war in itself. That's what happened in the Vietnam War. It's a lot, they lost a lot of respect for the leadership. It's like they use American soldiers like they just expendable, So like, let's take the hill. No big deal. But then we don't take the hill no more. Okay, fine. Nah. Yeah, there's a lot of that stuff going on in Vietnam. A lot of desertion, a lot of fragging, stuff like that. That war was a real. We never should have been over there. But staying on topic, don't ever forget to count the cost. All right, I say, like, yeah, you may want to battle, and I'm thinking like a physical battle or a mental battle, or hypothetical. But you may want to go fight, but don't forget to count the cost. Don't ever, like, so what the U.S. does, and I'm pretty sure a lot of countries do, before any battle or any operation, they have a simulation. They understand, like, well, look, if we attack here, we attack at night, we're expected to lose. We have 50% casualties. Okay, we have 50% casualties, but if we wait until springtime, don't do the winter time. So springtime, we'll reduce those casualties to 25%. You see, so they have a cost, and they know exactly what was expected, of casualties. I advise you to do the same. Do the same. When you are making decisions that's going to affect your life, do not forget to count the cost of, like, well, if I make this decision, if I do this is what expected to happen. This may happen. So when you make a decision, like, oh my God, where did it come from? Well, what you think was gonna happen? What you think is gonna happen, man? It's almost like it's like when you backstab people, or when you out here acting a fool. What you did you want? What you think was gonna happen? What you thought they were gonna give you ice cream? Or, yeah, of course they're pissed off. Of course they're mad. You should at least say, look, if I backstab them, I say I expect them to retaliate. It's like, yeah, a lot of people don't expect that. It's almost like, when you go to prison or do stuff like that, yeah, you need to, when you walk in there, you need to know who you are, what you did, and who you did it to. Cause, man, yeah, you may have to get some retribution. That's that's type of stuff I'm talking about. People walk around this earth and they do things and they don't think any type of retribution is going to happen to us. It's like entitlement on steroids. Entitlement on steroids. And I talk about this all the time, where it's like entitlement has gotten out of control, and I do think the lines have gotten erased, and I think those lines need to be redrawn. Okay, so don't ever forget to count the cost before you engage in any type of conflict, whether it's verbal, physical, whatever decision you're gonna make. You count the cost. You make sure that you will receive minimal blowback from the decisions you're going to make. And it takes time, but a lot of people, they're lazy, and they are poor tacticians. Poor tacticians. They don't understand shit out here. You know, I heard this one quote. He said, "That's why they made sidewalks, man, because the streets ain't for everybody." Okay. So I'm not gonna talk your ears off again tonight. But yeah, when you're making decisions out here, man, don't forget to count the costs. Just say, look, understand. If I make the decision, this is what's gonna happen. This is why I expect them to happen. It's what I expect to happen. So I don't want y'all out here um making your life harder than it already is because you made a decision that you were not prepared for the blowback of it. You know, if you talk to a lot of people right now are still recovering from mistakes they made years ago. You know, this bad intel, bad decision making, in post shit. Like, yeah, you think that shit gonna happen? Yeah, okay, you feeling it now, but I want y'all get out of here. Enjoy your night. It's Midnight Sun.